Match 36 of the Big Bash League, the Adelaide Strikers and the Melbourne Stars. Let's build our fantasy team on my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPNcricinfo. I'm Raunak Kapoor and Tom Moody is all set to join me. Right, let's go to our pro tip for this one and some info on the Adelaide Oval. It's been the toughest ground for batsmen this season. That's not just in the test match. It's extended through to the Big Bash as well. An average of just 20.74. Teams batting first have also had a significant advantage here. So our pro tip suggests that we wait for the toss and then pick our team based on that. That's a bit tricky at times. Tom, what do you make of that pro tip?
Look, it's very tricky, and it's an intriguing statistic because generally Adelaide has been a place where batsmen have enjoyed playing white ball cricket and have scored freely. So if that continues, it's definitely something to consider. The other thing to consider is look at more middle order batsmen. When the ball's a little bit older, they might find it easier to access those boundaries.
All right, fair point. You might want to pack your team with some informed bowlers, but as far as Peter Siddle goes, he won't be part of those selections because on our player availability, Siddle's out for this one after suffering what we believe is a thumb fracture in the last game. Do check in closer to the toss for updated team news and injury news. Let's go to our team. Before that, a quick reminder on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team. 4 categories of players to choose from: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any given contest, and we'll throw in 4 substitute options for you towards the end of this video as well. Captain choice, Glenn Maxwell. We've gone with the leading run scorer for both teams as our captain and vice-captain. Maxwell as captain and Carey as vice-captain. Maxwell has had a couple of low scores, but with 255 runs in this year's Big Bash, we do think he's going to come good once more. He's already started this season well. He's getting you points with bat and with ball. He's due a big knock. He's got that strike rate of over 150. And he has played spinners particularly well, even in that series against India. So watch out for Rashid Khan versus Glenn Maxwell. Alex Carey is our vice-captain. He's been the Strikers' leading run scorer, 258 runs in 7 innings. And at the Adelaide Oval, Carey has scored 736 runs in 21 innings. So a safe vice-captain option to give you some points behind the stumps as well. Glenn Maxwell is captain, Alex Carey is vice-captain. They give you double and 1.5 times the points respectively. Marcus Stoinis in our top picks. Every time the Melbourne Stars play, you think you can't keep last season's highest run getter out. And we have seen glimpses of what he did last season this year as well with that incredible 97 not out, and followed up with the 34. So he's in pretty good nick with the bat. Rashid Khan and Adam Zampa will wrap up our top picks. So we picked the premier spinners from both teams. We know that Zampa's been the first choice spinner in limited overs cricket for some time now for Australia, and he's been particularly good for the Melbourne Stars too. He's taken 20 wickets in 12 games at an average of just over 16 and was the best spinner in the Big Bash last year too. Rashid Khan can never keep him out. Whenever the Adelaide Strikers play, he's picked up 14 wickets in 9 games at an average of just over 17 in this year's Big Bash League. So quite a straightforward selection in our top picks. Wrapping up our top picks, Glenn Maxwell is captain, Alex Carey is vice-captain, Marcus Stoinis, Rashid Khan and Adam Zampa. Pretty safe, pretty straightforward, Tom?
Oh, to me, it's very straightforward. You know, you've got 2 of the best leg spinners in world cricket at the moment in short form cricket. Stoinis is in scintillating form. We may even see him bowl as well, which would be an added bonus to those that have him in your side. And both the captain and vice captain are good choices.
All right, let's go to some differential picks. See if Tom likes those as well. Phil Salt is there. The Adelaide Oval shorter boundaries on the sides, we believe will suit Phil Salt, who plays his pull shots particularly well. He's got 201 runs in with that pull shot in the Big Bash League. 311 runs overall in 12 games here, and both his 50-plus scores in this edition have come at the Adelaide Oval. Haris Rauf will feature in our differential picks. He was the sensation of last year's Big Bash, and he was an unbelievable performer for the Melbourne Stars. 20 wickets in just 10 games, including that hat-trick against the Sydney Thunder. He's since made his debut for Pakistan in T20. He's had a very good first year in international cricket, 16 wickets in 11 games, and we believe he's likely to continue his wicket-taking form this season. So Phil Salt and Haris Rauf in our differential picks. Going to our full team, Alex Carey and Nicholas Pooran as keeper options. Carey is our vice-captain choice. Jake Weatherall, Phil Salt, Glenn Maxwell, Marcus Stoinis, Maxwell. We're backing his captain, Rashid Khan, Wes Agar, Danny Briggs, Adam Zampa, Haris Rauf. So lots of bowling options. Substitutes bench features the likes of Nick Larkin, Billy Stanlake, Matt Renshaw, and Jonathan Wells. In some alternate scenarios, Nick Larkin could replace Jake Weatherall. And the other one that we're recommending is Billy Stanlake for Danny Briggs, depending on the outcome of the toss. Let's see what Tom makes of that. Tom?
Yeah, look, I really like the 11 that's been picked, to be honest with you. I'd be keeping Danny Briggs in the strikers lineup purely on the basis that I think he works very well with the pressure that's created at the other end with Rashid Khan, and he can benefit by taking wickets because of that. He's bowled very, very well and picked up wickets recently. Jake Weatherall, I'd be sticking with him. He's in form. Yes, he's batting out of position. He's normally at the top of the order, but he seems to have taken to batting down the order quite easily and could find himself with some quick runs.
All right, Tom Moody, thank you very much. That is a wrap for this one on my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPNcricinfo. Do check in on the toss, remember, and consider if you want to make your team based on our pro tip. We'll be back with plenty more as the Big Bash continues to roll on.